on Facebook. And then we all switched to Instagram, and I was like, what? I have to start again? Older people are saying that the younger generation is starting to move to Instagram. That didn't just start, geniuses. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Instagram is dead now just because the old people started talking about it. Now that we're all moving to TikTok. And after that, we'll all move to the next social media app where we all just send each other butterfly kisses. I was at a party and a girl came up to me and said, "Do you like nerd shit?" As if I'm supposed to do something with that. Do you want me to carry the rest of this conversation based on that prompt? Yeah, I like nerd shit, but what does that mean? Star Wars or chemistry? I really appreciate how she left it so open-ended for me so I could go ahead and make uncomfortable verbal stabs at a connection with her. Thank you. The Iowa caucus just happened, and the New Hampshire primary is happening next week. You know what I told my girlfriend about all of it? I said, "You're my primary. Aww. My caucus, yours." I, Cameron Brown, would like to formally apologize for the tasteless caucus joke that was told tonight. It wasn't cool and it wasn't right. I also didn't know my girlfriend would be here tonight when I wrote it. Please don't kill me. No more girlfriend jokes. So my girlfriend's mom tried to test me. She tried to test me. She asked me to come to her work and pick up a package for Lauren. Would I, her daughter's boyfriend, really show up to pick up the package? Surely I did. I showed up and the package was a cardboard box filled with more flattened cardboard boxes. Several co-workers looked on as Lauren's mom awkwardly exchanged pleasantries with a young man as she delivered him 4 cubic feet of garbage. I've never felt more alive. Did you guys hear about Mr. Nut?
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby Nut? Baby Nut. Mr. Nut? Baby Nut? Well, what does he think about all this?
Nut.
Donald Trump is in the news. You know, many are asking how we are going to handle the influx of immigrants into our country. What I want to know is how we're going to handle the influx of bands in my venue where white boys rap over funk music. Every time I think I'm booking an indie rock band, and instead I get Jacob spitting over James Brown. What I hate the most is that my white ass likes it so much. I'm back there like, damn it, not again. So about my girlfriend, she says my TikToks suck. She says that they have dad energy, and I just can't believe it. Kyle, can we get one of my TikToks on the projector, please?
Yeah! Let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to know. But you didn't have to cut me off. You said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to know.
Let's just run it again, why not? What's up, Westchester? That was hip, that is current, and that's what's next. Instead of saying that the internet says something, let's start saying that the rock in your pocket says something. Because it's true, and it's also a funny way to dismiss the entire internet. Like the rock in your pocket said that there's a comedy night at Fenn's tonight, and the rock in your pocket convinced me to dance to a song called Renegade in the back of a Walmart. Don't move an inch, folks. Comedy night is just getting started. I'm Cameron Brown. Thank you very much. Just a minute.
I thought I dropped something out of my bag.
Don't say that. I didn't know you.
Yeah, just leave it.
I'm sorry, sir.
I win, I'm head of hair.
And I refuse. Breaking news, there's been a word that a multi-intramural curricular altercation has broken out in the Sykes parking lot over what seems to be students doing something strange for a piece of change. We go to a reporter on the street, karaoke, live on the scene. Carrie?
Thank you, Ira. I'm here at the Sykes Student Union, where it was recently discovered that the notorious BIG was proven wrong. In fact, we can see that no money actually means no problems. It all started when 6 extracurricular group treasurers went to make a cash advance, and faculty told them they had no money left in their accounts. Chaos ensued.
Anime Club has one rule, and that is sub over dub. And these ingrates keep trying to full counter our Kamehameha. Are you in Geek Club? I hate when anyone covers an original. Sub!
Do you know what they just said? We were able to get an international perspective from a foreign exchange student, Moy Enohada, who participates in the language club. Do you have anything to say, Moy?
Just like Moy Enohada.
See, back to you, Ira.
C indeed. I'm receiving an update now that the resource pantry has been raided for all of their school supplies and cans of food by the A Counting Club. It seems that the students are making weapons of mass deduction for this warfare.
That was terrible.
What?
Weapons of mass seduction, and you wonder why you never get to say the puns. Now, another interview is coming in from Liz and Toomey, live on the Academic Quad. Liz?
Hello, WCU Studios. I am right in the middle of an all-out fight to the death in Ram Park. Everyone is here from the swing dance to the support group for clubs who hate clubs. And watch out, Mark!
Seems that we've lost you, Liz. Carrie, are you there?
There's no hope. Everyone's running. I just lost my... There's been a pencil stabbing. Rami stabbed. Do not.
You heard it here first, folks.
We are receiving an anonymous tip from a student organization now, exclusively on WCU Studios.
In my own air. Perfect. Everything went according to plan. While the students fight amongst each other, my organization can begin to take over.
Who are you and why would you do this?
You'll know soon enough. Matter of fact, I'll tell you now in an overly complicated building monologue. We, the Builders of America, are not a student organization, but an offshore account to fund more Westchester construction.
And we'll be back next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Chase Cella.
What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing? Yeah. All right, let's talk about my fears. Is that a relatable premise? Do we all get scared? Is anyone afraid of animals in here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Who said that very confidently? What are you afraid of?
Sharks.
Oh, me too.
Really?
Of course. I think everyone in here is. They just were like barbarians and didn't tell us, but we're all scared of sharks. More so than sharks, though. I'm really glad you said sharks. More so than sharks, I'm afraid of squirrels.
Yes.
And living in PA, I mean, it's a fucked up nightmare. It's like when you walk outside, you had to get into a baby pool full of sharks. And I call them land sharks because they're everywhere. They're just as irrational. They'll attack you before they ask questions. I'd rather get attacked by a shark and die than get attacked by a squirrel and live. Because if I had to go outside my house every day and know it could happen again, that's a fear no one should live with. I'm super afraid of snakes, which I think is also a rational one. Is everyone here afraid of snakes?
Yeah.
Any psychopaths? Okay, cool, nice. You're cooler than me. I always wanted to be one of those persons who could wear a snake around their neck, but I can't even wear a necklace, so I'm just like... So, yeah, the other day, man, the other day I was defying our sweet Lord, and I was doing the old devil's deed by a river, the way he may have intended it. But I look over, and because of the devil's deed occurring, I'm naked, and I look over, and in my clothes, he sent down a serpent. Is in my shirt, just sunbathing, and I'm like, what's that about? Just let me do my thing. So I tap my girlfriend and I'm like, hey, we should probably stop. Like, that's a snake. And she was like, no, it's fine. Like, we're by a river. There are snakes. And I was like, she was like, you know, it won't bother you. It's okay. It's okay. And I was like, I don't think you realize it's already bothering me. There's a snake right over there. So I was like, we really have to stop. And then the snake did its little rattle. And I was like, oh shit. And I don't know if any of the men in here have ever been snake to snake with a snake. But that's like a real snake, you know, like we don't compare. And my little snake, he went from snake to snail right away. He was not having any of it. But you know, other than snakes and squirrels and sharks and things like that, I really do love animals a lot. I saw a post on Twitter about a dehydrated venomous snake that like some hikers found and gave water. And I was like, you guys ever seen a wild snake and thought, it could be thirsty? Like, take care of that yourself, wild snake. I don't know. I was just shocked that these hikers stopped, looked at the snake long enough to be like, I think he's thirsty. And then one of them was like, let's give it water. There are humans on a hike. They need the water. It was just, I don't know. I'm here to help animals. Like, I love dogs and stuff, but not snakes. I love dogs a lot, though. I really love dogs. My first girlfriend had the same name as my first dog. Which I didn't plan, I swear. My mom named the dog and her mom named her, and but we met up, and yeah, I mean, she was my first girlfriend, so she's gone now, and I mean, we broke up, she's alive. We broke up, and she moved on to a better, richer man, and my dog is still with me, but she's very, very old, so now when I hear the name Bailey, it's kind of confusing, because I get super sad, but then I get super hard, so. But, so speaking of my dog Bailey, she's very, very old. So I was talking to my grandma and my mom about Bailey, and I was like, you know, Grandma, you and Bailey, like, you're in the last chapters of your lives, like, you know, you're doing the best that you can. I'm in the last chapter of my life, and I was like, I just think you guys need to be more youthful, like, you have so much wisdom, if we could just get that youth into a younger body, just shoot you up with some youth, like, euthanize you, if we could just euthanize my grandma and my dog so I could have them as puppies, and my grandma was probably a smoke show at 21, like, I'd love to hang out with her and go to a bar, so, and they were pissed, they were like, why would you say that? And I was like, why don't you want your mom to live, Mom? And yeah, they were furious at me. I was like, just euthanize Grandma, euthanize my dog, please do these things. The next weekend I come home, my mom had taken my dog to the vet and fucking killed her. What is that? Where did she get that idea? I was pissed. I was like, what did you do? I wanted a puppy of Bailey. And she was like, that's not what you said. And I was like, okay. So now my main mission in life is just like, I can't let my mom take my grandma to the vet. It's gonna go bad. So I call my grandma every day, make sure she's alive and not at the vet with my mom. All right, cool. Thanks for sitting through that. I'm gonna end with some characters that I like to do. This is a surfer who is just realizing or being told that he's in a desert. Oh, dude, wait. Oh, did you say, oh, Sahara? Oh, dude, I thought you said Sahara would be here. Oh, dude, that's a bummer. Well, where there's sand, there's waves, am I right? Oh, dude, what? Oh, bummer. That's a surfer in the desert. This is every pop punk singer. I'm sure Cameron has experienced a lot of them in this venue. So here's every pop punk lead singer. I hate this town that I love so much. I'm never leaving this town, but I miss it. Where is my dad? That's every pop punk singer. And then this is a rapper whose deepest, darkest secrets come out when he freestyles. Yeah, oh God, I don't even want to do it. This is easy to me. I have ED. I can't get hard except for when I think about my dog Bailey. Shit, hold up. All right, new track. Run it back. All right, yeah. I'm the best me, don't test me. My uncle took me in the backyard and tried to all right, hold up. New track, last one. I'm the best, I'm great. I think my grandma's pretty hot, that's why I think about it when I masturbate. All right, forget it. All right, thanks guys.
I'm definitely not your president, but I will be your spiritual guide for tonight. It looks like we have a new member.
Hi everyone, I'm Karen. Aren't we supposed to like do icebreakers now or something? I don't...
Well, Karen, our purpose here is not to get to know each other because we are not a club. But well, I guess we can go around and say why we hate clubs.
Well, bye everyone, my name is Justin.
Bye, Justin.
2 weeks ago I tried to join a counting club and I knew I was in the wrong place when they wouldn't teach me how to get to 10. I mean.
I lost count after 20 days in the wilderness when the Outdoors Club left me after the retreat.
What was your name again?
My name is Tara, but you can call me Nighthawk.
Don't worry, Justin. I'm sure a lot of other people think that too.
Yeah, so it turns out I can't read either, so like if anyone has a club for me.
All right, moving on.
Bye everyone, my name's Emma.
Bye, Emma.
So this one time I joined this club where we sat on a bus for 12 hours straight. Well, actually people were getting on and off, but
I'm pretty sure you just took public transportation.
There was no public transportation when I was left to the wolves. They made me burn on all fours if I wanted to be accepted into the pack.
Wait, is this not antisocial club?
No, actually, they're next door. Wait, actually, I don't know. We don't really talk. Wait, don't go. We need at least 6 members to get enough money for the pizza party next week.
Pizza? They didn't have that in the woods. The wolves made me hook with them, and that's how I got this scar.
That's just shocking. Hello, is this our time for the room? Oh, that makes sense. I never booked a room.
Well, it's our time, and I would appreciate it if you put the chairs back in the rows.
Alright. Did anyone take notes?
Why?
Okay, well, we don't really need them. See you guys next week. Or not. I don't really care.
Alright, ladies, welcome back to the Bustlers Club. We got a big gig ahead of us. We gotta beat a record of 12 hours. Okay, ready, set, sit.
You made it.
Welcome to Antisocial Club. Take it long. Don't talk to anybody.
If you're just coming in through the door, feel free to just kind of crowd around here if you want, so we can let everyone in. That's cool.
What was that?
Don't worry that much about paying. Honestly, we're good. You don't gotta pay. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Lisa Shaffer.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Did you say bad? Who said bad?
have depression.
Well, me too. Yeah! I love making new friends. So I'm a fairly new resident of Westchester. I moved in this past week. Thank you. Thank you guys for supporting my extremely drastic life choices. I appreciate it. I moved in a week ago today, and shortly thereafter I started my first full-time job, which is really exciting, and also my excuse for why this set isn't memorized. So bear with me. Thank you very much. I found out that I could move into Westchester right before the new year. I moved in, and I moved in on February 1st, so it was a pretty sudden change. I assumed people in my life would be more surprised that I was doing something so drastic, especially my mother, who tried to drill into me you have to be organized and you have to prioritize. But she was really excited that I was moving out of my old apartment. I mean, I also could have told her that I was moving with my partner to the Alps to start a career in goat farming, and she would have been excited because that's just how much she hated the last place that I lived. So in my previous apartment, I lived with 3 college-aged men who, based on my observations, didn't know what sponges were and didn't care to learn. Their previous roommate must not have been any cleaner than they were. He's the one whose room I moved into. And I think this because the day that I moved in, right after he moved out, there was just a small village, a tribe, if you will, of dust bunnies just having a ceremonial sort of summer festival in the middle of my hardwood floor. So that was great. I got that cleaned up fairly quickly, and I settled in, and things were fine for a little bit. See, as I told you, I lived with 3 men. And, y'all, if I hadn't already known I was queer, living there 100% would have made me realize I was gay. I would like to preface the stories I'm about to tell you with, I don't hate men. I just hate men. And yes, there is a difference. So I bought myself a box of waffles once, the really good Eggo French toast flavored ones, the really good ones. And I was going to eat them one day, I was going to finish the box, and 2 of my waffles were missing. And I was like, cool, that's fine, someone just ate my waffles, life is short, time is a sham, who gives a fuck? So I finished the box, and later on that day, one of my roommates says in our roommate group chat, which I hated because they were all stupid, says in the group chat, hey, did someone finish my box of waffles? That's really uncool, guys, come on. And I was like, well, I finished my box of waffles that I bought with my money. But I didn't touch anyone else's waffles. And we had a short conversation about the type of waffles they were and when they were bought. And he finally realized that perhaps, just maybe, there was a possibility that he had eaten my waffles and not the other way around. When he finally realized, I don't actually remember buying those. And I was like, shit! And I let it blow over, it was fine. But I really, really wanted to sit him down and just be like, hey dude, in what world do you live in? Where you just see a box of waffles that's already open and just say, this must be my box of waffles that I bought for me. They're already open, I don't remember eating any of them or buying them, but surely these boxes of waffles must be mine. The beauty of life. And that's just the fantasy world they all lived in constantly, where they were always right and everything was for them. It was fucking bonkers. And it didn't help that I would try to tune them out, but our walls were so incredibly thin that I could hear anything any of them said at any point of the day, whether I wanted to or not. One of them had his girlfriend over one night to watch the Grammys, and you know how you can just feel the energy radiating off of a neglected girlfriend? It's just palpable. It's palpable how little she wants to be there. So strong the energy was that I could, from the floor above her, the image was just broadcasted into my brain of her eyes glazed over scrolling through her Twitter feed. It was nuts. And at one point these dudes were literally just arguing over the difference between a double paradiddle and a paradiddle-diddle. I don't know drum stuff. And I wanted to run downstairs and just be like, dude, if you don't shut the fuck up and paradiddle your fucking girlfriend, she's gonna get bored and leave. Please. So one of the dudes I lived with was previously my best friend of 7 years, and I say previously because I lived there for 7 months. After 2 months of living there, I realized that he was surprisingly a very bad person. You would like to hear examples of this, I hear you say? Forsooth, I will happily oblige. So he had been seeing this dude for like about 2 months at the time of this incident. So like around the time that I moved in until about like late August, early September. And he told this guy that he was going out that night. And the dude playfully like texted back like, oh, try not to get too much action tonight. Because like they weren't like dating. They were just like talking, and like something would have happened if either of them made a move. I don't fucking know. He talked to me about it every day, and I still don't fucking know. So the dude texted him like, oh, try not to get too much action tonight. My friend at the time does not respond to this text message. Goes out, meets a literal stranger, hooks up with that stranger that night, waits until the next morning to text this dude back, and do you want to know what he said in that text message? Now remember, the dude had texted him, try not to hook up with anyone tonight, lol, or something to that effect. My roommate texted him back, oops. And I know this happened because he called me over to his room to look at the text that he just sent because he thought it was hilarious. My jaw hit the floor. I was standing there, mouth agape. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I need to leave immediately. I didn't know I was fraternizing with a sociopath. And then he proceeds to complain to me about how lonely he is and how he doesn't understand how he can't get a dude to date him. And I was like, well, gee, buddy, I wonder the fuck why. If anyone whispers commitment in the next room, you start gobbling dicks like it's a nervous tick. I don't know what to tell you. So thankfully, since moving out and after several other heinous infractions in the time that I lived there and deciding that I don't owe this man shit, I have deleted his number, and I'm very happy to get a new start here in Westchester. Thank you all very much for having me. It's been a lovely evening.
Wow, what a night here at Fenn's. We are bizarrely on schedule. This is hype. So we have just one more thing left before the end of Act 1 and an intermission. We're at 8:10, 8:06. So we're gonna do the most risky idea of the night. Roughly 10 minutes of unadulterated freeze. There we go.
Yeah.
The goal of freeze at Fenn's upstairs is to not get hurt.
What's freeze for those?
Freeze is a game about not getting hurt at Fenn's upstairs. Thank you. We have a small space over here, and in general, we're gonna have 2 improvisers on the stage. And at any point, one of them can yell,
freeze.
And shake the...
I didn't know which one was the
So Maddie and I are in a scene, and then we're doing an improvised scene, and then at some point someone can yell,
freeze,
and they will assume the position of another person, tap them out, assume the same position, and start a completely new improvised scene, which is always consistently funny. Can we have a suggestion from the audience?
Tire store.
Yeah! Tire store, thank you.
Jeez Louise, jeez. It's gonna be real hard to get this tire off at this store. I can't believe the tire's attached directly to the store. I know. This is what we bought, though. It was our life savings, jeez. I know I'm gonna lean into helping you do it, though. All right, you use your hand here, and I'll pat you back. Just let you know you're a close personal friend that I love. I think the tire spins. No, not much. It moves the wall when we spin it. That's kinda nice. It's a structural tire, they said, but I said, shut up. A structural tire? Yeah, you know how they did in the 50s. Before walls? Yeah, good job. Close personal friend of mine. It's funny, we're the only 2 employees at this tire store. Joe? Yes, Cheese? Do you think you scam me, Cheese? I didn't exactly write your name on the contract.
Dude, drop the accents. This is fucked up.
What do you want from me, Joseph? It's my tire store.
I said, like we were doing a bit, we were having fun. How much money did you take?
Enough to buy the wheel, the wall, the whole thing.
Okay, well, can I have a job?
7:25. I'll see you Monday.
Do you want me to start July 25th? What is this?
7:25, like an hour in dollars and cents.
Oh, that's a raise!
Ah, yes, the new library. I'll take it.
Well, welcome to the library. It's amazing.
Yes, I'll take it. Ah, all of them. Free, you said?
As free as it could be.
All of them. I'll take them.
Free!
It's stuck. It's just really...
Ah, gosh. This is what we get for tampering with the Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was like sneaky glue.
I thought we had agreed on a cum handshake. This is not... If you're using Gorilla... Do you cum Gorilla Glue?
Do you have your jizz in a squeezable bottle?
You can call it that, I guess.
Freeze!
Oh my god.
Alright, that's a good first step. This is as far as we've gone in a relationship.
Yeah,
So what do we do now?
I think we take off our clothes. Wait, no, movies. You go to the movies?
Okay, how about
We
go?
do like a date. Well, I did that last week.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem too happy with it. But that was at the AMC, so we should go to Regal, I think.
Okay.
They're more...
So do we go there, then get undressed, or get undressed first and then drive?
They won't let you in with clothes off. But as soon as you're in there, there's no one saying, hey, don't take off your clothes. I checked for signs, and it's devoid. The whole place is devoid of signs.
Okay. Now, hear me out. I'm short on money, so how about you go in, strip, and then you go like unlock the back door, and I'll come in already naked.
But I just thought that we would maybe wait a couple weeks before we move the back door stuff.
Freeze!
Point of frisbee golf is the light flick. This here's your putter.
Okay.
Over there, the frisbee golf famous goal of frisbee golf. Yep.
Why is there chain?
Because there are chains to hold the frisbee, of course.
Okay.
So, the way I like to do it is just kind of an overhead swim.
Yeah, sorry.
Am I boring?
No.
Son, this is my pastime.
Dad, I mean, like, I've been telling you since I, started my own business that, like, this is the father-son bonding. It's kind of, 20 years being gone, you kind of already missed that train.
I was on the big frisbee golf tour.
Yeah, we talked about that. Mom and I, we really
20 years, 20 championships. I'm the best.
Some dads go out and get milk. You just went out and threw
I
a
got
frisbee
my
around.
putter.
At least the other dads get milk. What did you do? Throw a disc?
Freeze.
Oh, that's a little tiny one right there. I've never seen one that small before. Why? Oh, what you say, Jameson?
What do you think about that wee little guy right there in your hands?
Aye.
Oh, you're so wise, Jameson. You always know what to say to me.
Oh, it's an eye.
Aye, that's right. It's got so many. It's got at least 20.
Aye.
You're great at counting. I'm so proud of you.
20.
Oh, you're doing great. Now what I need you to do is pull it down your pants.
Aye, James.
Yeah, right down your pants.
So what's this newfangled two-eater?
Oh, Grandpa.
I don't know how to use this.
Okay, Gramps. Crash course. You ready?
No.
Look me in the eyes, Grandpa. This is your moment.
Okay.
Grandpappy's lesson in Twitter. This is your moment, Grandpappy. First step, do whatever you want. Second step, post it. Done.
Okay, post!
Grandpappy, you're a goddamn stop! Ooh, a hand for Grandpappy! This is all a dream, Grandpappy. It's all a dream. We're going through it. You took too much Adderall earlier. You always do that. You always do that when I'm in your house and you make me feed the cats that I don't like.
Snort it.
You're fucking wild. Always doing things when your grandson's over. Your grandson me. I'm your grandson.
I like to hang out with your college friends.
Yeah, and then you do weird shit, Grandpappy. You do weird.
Why do you have to yell at me all the time? It's not my fault the bee smell. That was Tommy.
It's my job to yell at you. I am your conscience.
Why would you do such a thing? Marcus, we are supposed to run the burglary together. Sacré bleu!
And that's freeze. Thank you very much.
That really makes me happy. Unlike last night, my wife came home later than she should have. All right, folks, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start our beautiful seascape. You should have your finest cobalt blue Sharpie here, or any brand you want, whatever you support. I'm just here to have fun. Most days I don't have much fun. All right, so first you're gonna want to uncap it and take a big whiff. That gets Bob Ross right where he needs to be. So first, without making a decision, draw a line. There you go. Keep it gentle. Keep it free-flowing. This reminds me of my honeymoon. The water was so perfect. The woman was not. So, now that we've started our ocean, we're going to get a much nicer, maybe more light blue. A blue that says, I'm here to play. I don't want to hurt you. I'm like my wife. I'm going to pick up a beautiful lavender Sharpie here. And this Sharpie, I mean, this one holds a lot of memories. I know for you guys at home from our first episode, and to our newer viewers, I'll tell you the story now. This is the Sharpie I first saw when I realized things weren't going well. I left. I went for a drive. And when I came home, the Sharpie was missing. My wife was missing too. So let's work on this ocean. You don't want to offend the canvas. You never want to offend the canvas. We're all just here having a good time painting. All right, and once you've done that, let's start making some bigger decisions. How about that? I like to start from the back and move forward. You know, we should remember our past, but not let it hold us back. My wife held me back. For years. See, now this tree right back there, he's not You can't really see them, but you want to give them some definition. Give them a little tree branch. There it is. That's beautiful. See how that tree branch just wisps off the side, almost like the main tree doesn't know it exists. Like my wife. You'll notice I'm working on an 8x10 canvas today, different from my normal 18x24. I just wanted to move down to a smaller canvas, you know, focus on the details. I also have a much smaller budget now that she's left. She took more than half, much more than half, and so we're working with an 8x10 here, and what we're gonna wanna do is pick up some green now. So why don't you grab your lightest green Sharpie that you have, or let's switch it up. Let's have fun. We're not gonna make a big decision, but let's use some crowns today, all right? So now you're gonna wanna have an unopened box of 16 crowns. And when you first open them, you can never go back from that point. So just take your lightest green. I need a second. I'm sorry.
Mark, I don't know what to do. Mark, I don't know what to do. I thought she loved seascapes as much as me. Does she not love seascapes? Does she love another guy? Does she love Mark? Who is this other Mark? I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy in this town in Indiana. Who lives in Muncie, Mark?
Just for now, put all that energy into the paintings.
Okay, Mark. I couldn't do this without you. All right, let's show them a good show.
I just love Muncie, Indiana, and I love my wife. Hey, folks, we're back. Sorry, bathroom break real quick. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make some grass, and this grass goes out to your loved ones, whoever they may be. That's enough. Now let's pick up our dark green Sharpie. Oh, this is the light green Sharpie. Sorry, I'm all over the place recently. My car got repoed. My son doesn't talk to me. The wife got him in the divorce too. I got the canvases and this beautiful dark green Sharpie, which we're going to use to create some darker grass. And this grass, we want that to represent our demons. So now let's work on that background. Pink in the sky always reminds me of those good summer days when your kids are running on the beach and your wife has her head in a book and won't look up to talk to you even once. So let's put a pink cloud. Oh, that's beautiful, yeah. And we're gonna make the sky a nice yellow, orangey sky. So we'll take our orange Sharpie and let's try to define a sun. I miss my son. Get him back with a beautiful looking sun here. Look at this. That's great. We're gonna throw some lines in there so that he knows. All right. And we're gonna take our sky blue now, and we just want to fill in the rest of the sky. Make sure it knows it's valued, it's loved, it's cherished. All the things that my wife once did for me, and now she does them for Mark down the street. So let's start filling in that sky, huh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Mark, grab the paints. Grab the paints.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I just want to shout out the Golden Hour WCU real quick. Oh, that's not the play. Oh, okay. And thank you so much to the Golden Hour WCU. Follow them on YouTube as well as Instagram. Check out the amazing stuff they're doing. They have provided us some amazing video sketches tonight. They did not disappoint. Thank you, Golden Hour. Put your hands together for Jake Billings!
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks everybody for being here. If there's anybody in the audience, maybe like a future employer or my mom, hey mom, where you at? Okay. Just keep in mind, this is a stand-up set. You know, this is written for comedy. It doesn't mean any of it's true, right? And if you guys are here just enjoying the show, all of this is true. So just keep that in mind. So I've always been a pretty self-conscious person. I've always been, you know, the bigger of my friend group, I've always been nervous about how big I am as a guy. But I gotta stop worrying about that, right? I mean, like the dad bod is in right now. What a time to be alive for me, right? Thank you, Snaps. Yeah. I would say I have more of an uncle bod. Because I do, I mean, I have a nephew, he's 2.5, and it's similar to a dad bod, right? But I can move to Portland whenever, guilt-free. It's really good. So I shouldn't worry about that so much. I've also always been worried way too much about what people think about me. But I gotta stop thinking about that so much too. Like, I mean, people probably just don't give a shit, right, about me. I mean, my dad taught me that at a very young age. in like a nice life lesson-y way. We were at the batting cages, we got pizza after, it was good. I'm not all sad, but just mostly sad. So I've always been nervous, you know, about what people think about me. I've always been self-conscious about my body. And also a third thing, because people like lists of 3. But, you know, I'm just going to throw all that out the window, because who cares what you guys think, right? I mean, nobody gives a shit what you guys think, for real. Like, well, I've seen what makes you cheer. I don't care if you boo me. This doesn't matter. It means nothing. So I'm just going to get into it. This is also my first time doing stand-up, so I'm nervous about that, but we're just going to move through it. Thank you. So I had a buddy, he was coming over to film some sketches, and he was, that's not the one I wanted to do. He's filming sketches with me, and he asked me what kind of furniture I had to, you know, find out for scenes what we could film, and I was telling him, you know, it's pretty much just a mattress on the floor, which is true. I haven't had the money that I wanted to use on like the good furniture, and I'm not going to skimp in the meantime, so it's just a mattress on the floor. And he said, that's cool. You know, I hear crack den minimalism is really in right now. And after that, I laughed too, but that's dramatic, right? I mean, at its worst, at its messiest, it's at least a level above crack den, right? I mean, you know what it is? It's weed den minimalism. Because for some reason, it always smells like weed in my apartment. But also, like, if we want to smoke a cigarette in my place, we're going to smoke it by an open window, right? We care. We've made a nice space. We don't want it to stink. Whereas a crack den is like, oh, y'all spit there? Cool. Right? Like, I also recently made an upgrade for my apartment. I got some really nice, tall, heavy bottom glasses. They're really great. It's a pack of 12. It's awesome because since I moved into my apartment for like 8 months, all I had were movie theater souvenir cups and a 4-pack of stemless wine glasses that are plastic that I bought at Target to impress one of my female friends. It didn't work, by the way, but that's besides the point. So now it's great because I have these really nice tall glasses with the heavy bottom. They're great. I can eat my spaghetti out of those now instead of the movie theater cups. It was just, I was grossly overeating. That's too much spaghetti for one guy. So it's cool. They're great for soup too. If you have like a nice long spoon, you get in there. And lately I've been taking those the Idahoan instant mashed potatoes, pour some of those in with some water, some butter, throw in the microwave for a couple minutes, take it out, and stir it up. It's the same as fucking a woman. It's crazy. If you've ever fucked a woman whose pussy was full of mashed potatoes, right? I mean, it's great. It's the cheapest date I ever had. I don't have to take her out to dinner, right? She is dinner. Before, you eat some before. I'm not an animal, you guys. Come on. That's gross. I lost my spot. So yeah, it's great. But I know speaking of things, you know, fucking inanimate objects. I once that's my dad. Thanks, Dad. You're gonna want to hear this. Speaking of fucking inanimate objects, I once bought a product for my girlfriend at the time for a Valentine's Day gift called the Clone-A-Willy. which admittedly is it's a much better name than DIY at-home dildo craft kit that'll make you question your functionality in the bedroom. It just doesn't ring as well, you know. No, because what it is, it's a tube, right? They ship you this tube. It's full of like plaster powder and 2 kinds of silicone and like a stirring stick and a vibrator. And the vibrator is what worries me, right? Because I've seen what a vibrator can do to a woman, and I've seen what my permanents can do to a woman, and it's. I can't move my. I don't know about you guys, but I can't move it like a vibrator, right? It just doesn't work. It's also this thing isn't. It's not gonna have. It's not gonna be hungry all the time or loud or depressed. It's gonna put me out of business, and I'm worried. So I go into it with that fear, right? But I buy the product anyway. And so, you know, I decided I'm going to put it together. I'm going to do this, and this is, you know, Valentine's Day. It delivered on Valentine's Day, last minute, and I didn't realize you have to wait 24 hours before you can put it in anybody. It's not going to. So, like, it was a late Valentine's Day gift already. But you're supposed to mix this plaster powder with water, and you make like the molding mix or whatever. I'll also say I was worried that the outcome was going to be embarrassing, right? Because like I guess like most men, I've always worried that my premise was a little bit small, but like not small, like average, but on me that looks small, right? So I'm like, uh-oh. So anyway, I'm there in the bathroom. I mix together the plaster powder. You cut the tube down to a certain length so you can pour it into the tube and stick your premise in there, and then you make the mold. And so not like mold. That would be weird. So you're supposed to stick it in the tube, and then without touching or moving it, you're supposed to stay hard for 2 minutes. So it can get like a. But do you realize how hard that is? Like how hard you have to be? The problem also was that I didn't cut the tube down to the right length. It was a little bit too long, so I didn't get all the way in there. And then I also lost some oomph while I was in there. So the finished product was 3 inches of vibrator, 1 inch of shaft in the head, but it was semi-chub head, so like I couldn't use this. I also didn't let it like solidify for the full 24 hours. So when I took it out, it kind of fell apart a little bit. So I just like I buried it in my trash and I threw that out in a dumpster. And I was just like, we'll start again. So I did. I ordered more of the mix. It was a Valentine's gift. I'm not just gonna. Oh, sorry, no Valentine's this year. So it's a week late, but I get the mix and I do it again, right? And this time I take the necessary precautions. So I cut the tube down to the right length. And this time, you know, when I mixed the plaster and I put it in the tube, and I also tied a shoelace around my premise to stay hard the whole time. I feel like I'm losing some of you. It's like a tourniquet. It's like a tourniquet. It's scientific. This is okay. So fine, we'll move past it. So I'm squatting in the bathroom, shoestring around my premise. You guys, I gotta get through this. It's gonna be. I'm squatting there, shoelace around my premise, vibrator in my ass, right? And I should at least get to enjoy the process. You see a piece of art and you can tell when the artist didn't enjoy the process, right? I gotta enjoy this. So this time though, it works. So the finished product, it's great. It also it markets that, you know, it gets every detail. It's like it's supposed to be an exact replica, and so I was still surprised. It got every fold. This thing is like you can't tell the difference between. Are we judging me? Fine. Okay, so this time it's great. No, but we used it once and it was great. It was fun. But then we ended up breaking up a week later for what I hope are unrelated reasons. But it also happened to be the same week that I spoke to my dying grandmother for the last time. It was also my birthday that week, so it was a rough couple days. So then we meet up a little bit later to exchange stuff, and after those past couple weeks, I I forgot that I even made it. Right, it was just like a bunch of trauma. So we're there, and we're exchanging our items, and I see it there in our sex tote, and I think that I shouldn't leave this here. I should take it. So I did, and I took it, and I didn't know what to do with it. Right, I can't put it in someone else, and I'm not ready for me and me. So this isn't. I don't know what to do with it, and so I can't throw it away. I mean, I tried to throw it away, but my neighbor found it and asked if he could keep it, and I said that it's very nice of him to ask, but no, he shouldn't keep it. So I took it right back from him, and then I had no recourse. I had to destroy it. And have you ever seen someone like trip and hurt their knee, and you get like sympathy pain in your knee, right? So imagine seeing your own permanence sliced into deli meat, right? It was traumatic. I would say I was scared stiff, but I couldn't get hard for like 7 hours after that. It was just a lot. But thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna be here all week. Not really. I'm going back home, but I've been pretty good. You guys have been Jake. Have a good night.
Can't we just start without him? So, Corey is just as important as the rest of us.
Don't pull that shit with me, Callie. We're gonna be on TV, and this was our chance. I'm not dealing with any of
Just so you know, they're recording.
This is unreal. This is so unreal.
Maybe it's the residue of the spiked Cheerios we had earlier.
I just can't believe that a small band like us could ever even have an audience big enough to get on this show.
You literally refuse to leave until they let us on.
I'll kill you. Wait, what? How did we meet? I really don't think it's important how we met. It's just that we all ended up in the same place at the same time. And isn't that all that really matters in life?
That's not what we asked.
It's always been a dream of mine to play guitar in a rock band, and this is the closest I could get to that.
You don't play bass?
What he means is that we all have a passion for raw music and pouring our hearts and souls out on stage.
What I mean is that I love my guitar more than I love any of you.
Callie, how did you get into songwriting?
You know, Pete, a lot of people say that certain places are a home, but to me, home isn't a place. It's a feeling. Callie's songs are that feeling. These people are that feeling.
Chugging BongWater as a dare is that feeling.
See, we're really just a group of people who vibe together. We just want to spread peace and light through our songs.
You are. I'm at running, and Corey was my lab partner.
See, it was the 11th grade at a bowling alley. Saffron was blackout drunk, screaming at a little girl for getting a strike, and she hadn't hit a single goddamn pin.
What the hell is wrong with you? And that was a long time ago, by the way.
I feel like we should wait for Corey before we go on with the interview. He's been gone for like 20 minutes now, and he never actually leaves unless he fully curses one of us out.
He's probably upstairs.
Maybe we should just cut it for the day. I don't really...
No.
What?
No, we're just a little off our game right now. We're not used to cameras or attention or people, so we're just here for chill vibes and good times.
He's dead.
We can talk more about how we met or the band. I have Kelly's songbook.
What the fuck?
What are you? Shh, I'm reviving his spirit.
So, Corey sleeps with his eyes open, and Callie, the only one who seemed partially normal, is a witch.
I practiced Wicca.
Can we just move on? I really want this episode to be the one that starts our band's career.
Did we ever even say the band's name?
It's the Rat Suckers.
What? No, it's...
Ladies and gentlemen, our last stand-up act of the night, Charley Bloomfield!
Hey, guys, I don't know about if any of you have ventured into the world of slow cooking. I am here to warn you that beyond the glitz and glamour, it is a desolate place. I recently moved in with my wonderful girlfriend, and as a gift for warming the house, her parents gave me, and her, I should say, an instant pot duo. Latin, of course, for instant pot 2. The 2 representing the various ways you can cook using an instant pot, that being high pressure and low. Little did we know that this low pressure cooking would turn into a high pressure situation. It started as any other day. We went to our local grocery store, Walmart, with hope in our eyes and pennies in our pockets. We grabbed cans of peas and carrots, vegetable stock, almond milk, tomato paste. We learned that there is no produce section at Walmart. And so we had to go to ShopRite in order to get potatoes, broccoli, chickpeas, and, for flavor, an onion. With a skip in our step, we entered the kitchen. We opened the Instant Pot duo and piled in the chickpeas, potatoes, onion, peas and carrots, rice, vegetable stock, almond milk, and tomato paste. Page 2. We closed the pot and it locked. It went chunk like a cage so that the food could not escape. We pressed the slow cook button, which is the only button you need to press. There is no go button on an Instant Pot duo, so it took us about 3 minutes to actually start slow cooking. But that's okay, we thought. This is surely the only hurdle we will experience. We wake up the next morning expecting a ready-made curry of chickpeas, potato, onion, peas and carrots, rice, vegetable stock, almond milk, and tomato paste. As we enter the kitchen, it smells like hope. Perchance we shall bring in this curry to work in little Tupperware containers, like human adults do. We open the pot, chum chum, releasing the fumes. I go to stab a potato with a fork, but there is no stab, only push. For the potato is hard as a potato. And then we scooped some rice. The rice was hard as a potato. Over the course of 8 hours, we had successfully warmed a bunch of vegetables. So we add more vegetable stock, almond milk, tomato paste, the 3 liquids. And we set it to cook for another 8 hours. See you after work, friend. The cycle continued, and lo and behold, over the course of 3 days and 4 nights, we cooked this one meal for a combined 32 hours. We make no progress. We call this concoction simply the goop. We decide to take the goop, put it into our Tupperware containers, and just swallow our pride. We, take it to work. We put it in the microwave, the most heat it has ever experienced. We keep taking it to work, but there's somehow always more left. This creation of chickpeas, potato, onions, peas and carrots, rice, vegetable stock, almond milk, and tomato paste, it multiplies in the nighttime. So now I walk this earth with an albatross around my neck, teaching a lesson to you, dear listeners. I have stared into the abyss, and the abyss has stared back to me, set with eyes on low pressure. Now let's have some improv.
Ladies and gentlemen, right before we start with the deep dish Pizzazz set, I just want to thank you all for coming. I especially want to give a special thanks to my boy Kyle right here, who has done most of the legwork tonight, and I couldn't be more thankful that he's here. Come on back to Fenn's anytime. We do have an open mic tomorrow, 1 to 3 p.m. And now, Maddie Conaway and Deep Dish Pizzazz.
Can we also have the people that perform tonight that were also on the team? Because we need more people than 5 to make a list for long form. Thank you. Woo! Hi everyone, I'm Maddie. I'm Lauren.
I'm Rush.
I'm Evan.
I'm Jake.
Sasha.
I'm Chase.
I'm Charlie.
And this is DDP long form. In this set, we're going to get a public tweet from one of your public Twitter accounts, and we're going to do word association down the line of what that tweet makes us think of. Then we're going to take those ideas and make a long form set. If you don't know what that means, it's essentially just comedy in skits, and we do whatever we want. Ooh, nice.
Postmodernism.
Yes, sure. All right. Can I get a tweet from a public Twitter account? Lovely, gentle.
Oh.
Lovely, gentle, good, gentle.
Do you want to pick one?
I would love to pick one.
Shane Park, everybody.
You tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. It's a tweet that has a picture of SpongeBob on it, and then it says, when the only short answer on your nonverbal final is name 2 things you learned this semester, and SpongeBob looks very stressed.
What I learned at boating school is...
That makes me think of nuns.
That makes me think of middle school.
That makes me think of depression.
That makes me think of large blankets.
That makes me think of Walmart.
That makes me think of getting married.
That makes me think of the Midwest.
That makes me think of tractors.
That makes me think of corn.
Alright, and instead of swiping like we would normally do, we're going to use the word cut. Everybody get off the stage now, okay?
If you know the rules of DDP, you're welcome to play, i.e.
Welcome, sir, to the first Walmart ever to be formed.
It's real good to be here. Y'all got horse?
We do have a selection of horses. As you can see, we also have wee tiny pickles. We sell 2 things, horses and pickles.
Are gherkins?
Sure.
Are gherkins?
Yes. But you've got to pay for them first.
I'm looking at the product.
Okay.
Is this a store?
Yes. It's my first day at the first Walmart.
It says flaccid on it.
That's the man who makes the pickles, Mr. Flaccid. He lives down the road about 40 paces.
He says that's the tastiest squish I ever heard.
That's about his wife, Debbie.
Well, howdy, Mr. Flaccid, here's your flesh.
There he is.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing great. great. How is Debbie?
Oh, Debbie, well, she's excited. She's excited about our new flaccid pickles in the
Yeah,
market.
somebody's excited for once.
Yes, I am.
It's Debbie.
Is that little Debbie? Like snacks?
Oh.
How do you know about my wife's woofy pies now?
Yeah.
I didn't, sir, I didn't touch your wife's woofy pies. I
Yeah, you're looking at my husband's limp pickle.
don't know. No. Y'all want to ride some horses together? I hear they got horses.
Yes, this is first Walmart, so we have pickles and horses.
Well, how nice!
So you two things, pickles and horses.
Can I get on a horse, ma'am?
I'll pull one over for you.
Oh, thank y'all.
That's a tiny horse.
Well, I'm a tiny man.
Don't I know it?
Cut!
Thank you for coming to the boat show.
Time.
I know things are a little smaller in here than most places, but we do love to fit boats right in.
Quite a few dinghies.
Quite a few dinghies and derbies.
And I like the anchor.
You like it?
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it too.
The way it curves.
The curvature of the anchor is going to be important for when you're dropping in.
When you're dropping in, making sure you clunk on the fish.
It's more like a goop when you hit a good one. Fish are important to the ecosystem, so we try not to drop down anchor on too many of them suckers, but it will happen.
And when it does, that's good eats.
Good eats for us. So do you want to buy a boat?
Absolutely.
That'll be $5,000.
Here's 3, and I'll only take the anchor.
Just the anchor?
How do they get them on sea if they don't float?
Well, son, anchors are made of a substance called rock.
I read about rock.
And it's not as floatable as one might think.
This is the worst day of my life. I'm leaving for the Navy tomorrow.
The worst day of your life could be the best if you just commit. The Navy tomorrow, rock owner today.
Oh my God, look at them, Sharon and Darren, finally married.
No.
Do you remember when we introduced them?
I do. I love meddling.
Their first date was like our 3 years.
Yeah, we put on those fake mustaches like we were some fucking weirdos.
We did.
They totally saw us.
We fucking meddled with them.
Oh,
my God.
I love doing that with you.
Dad. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Sharon, did you poison our son?
You know, I don't like looking at him. He's always in my side vision. He's always there.
You are always there.
Because I got big bones, Mama.
Remember those x-rays and the fact that he can't float?
So dense. He's
like an ankle.
Son, do you think you're gonna get married one of these days?
Oh, he's not. Look at it.
Mommy always says no.
No.
You need to ask other women. She's already married.
He's not. He can't answer the question.
Answer what question?
The fucking question. Will you get married?
Will you?
Will you?
Will you? You have to decide
Oh,
now.
I have to. I just remembered I have to go.
what you get at the Nun Academy.
Got a problem with my goddamn corn?
No, it's fine. It's still so good.
You know what they don't teach you at nun school? Is how to cook corn. But unfortunately, that is the role that I've been given to play in your miserable little life.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a light.
Oh, okay. Let there be light.
Nun school? I'm gonna have to time out on that one. Did you just cast light onto this?
In nun school?
You're not training to be a god. It's just, like nuns.
Sorry, that's my minor.
You minor in literal fire conjuring?
Yes.
Are you a wizard, a warlock?
No, that's against the Lord's will.
Cut. Now, JK, I'm reading your book about nuns. Around chapter 3, it seems to just go back to wizards.
I mean, it sells. And let me tell you something. There's so much crossover potential.
I get it.
Cross. You know how there's one little nun coming up? She's like gay. But like, I'm not gonna reveal that for another 6 months.
Can't be gay in nun school, can you? I don't know. I haven't checked.
I don't know.
I'm not allowed within 50 feet of a Catholic school.
Cut. They don't know I put on gay in nun school. Hi, Mother Agatha.
It's Mother Aggie.
Aggie!
What I hear you peep while I was walking down the hallway? What I peep with my ears? You said some words?
I said nothing, Mother Aggie. It was nothing.
You know, in this nun academy, we smoke. That means we hit. Take your first puff, kid.
I got asthma.
Good. All right.
I'm okay.
Do you have a condition?
I got asthma.
Sometimes we don't listen well once we get the dress on. We're steadfast and stoic.
Yes.
Anyway, did you say your hellos and your goodbyes to him today?
Yeah, can you turn around? Can you turn around? Like
All right.
Yeah. Hello, God.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah. I'm gonna do the thing that Mother Aggie wants me to do because she's here.
Who are you talking to?
No, I'm talking to God. You said you turn around. I'm gonna do the
All right.
Cut!
Now, when you go for this take of the song Talking to God, I just want you to have a lighter touch on it, almost as if you were whispering in the singer's ear.
Okay, yeah, no, totally, absolutely, got it.
I don't even know what I just heard, but I think it was the word of the Lord himself.
What can I say? I paid attention in nun school.
Get back to cooking your corn.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
That was epic.
Don't worry about it.
That was